Joining us now from Washington with more is the Pakistani ambassador to the United States, Husain Haqqani. Ambassador, welcome to InBusiness. It's great to have you on the program. Tell me, what has happened in this country within the past few hours? The headlines sound like there's devastation there. What's the reality?
Margaret, thank you for having me on your show. Pakistan, of course, is the frontline state in the war in contending with terrorism, but now we have the worst floods in Pakistani history, in the history of the Indus River system since the 1920s. 14 to 15 million people affected, almost 1/5 of the country underwater. More than 1,000 dead, although the casualties are less than those encountered during the tsunami and the earthquake of 2005. The devastation is still massive. What we are concerned about is people who are still stranded in the water, the death of animals that is going to then cause a disease as the waters recede, and hundreds of thousands displaced. The US government has been very generous so far. Secretary of State Clinton has committed $35 million in US government funding against a target of $200 million just for the relief effort.
Is that enough, sir? What are you asking for?
Well, let me just say, Margaret, that there are 4 stages of this whole exercise. First is rescue and relief. $200 million may be the budget for the rescue and relief effort. But then we have to rehabilitate these people, move them back into their homes. 650,000 houses have been destroyed, which is more than those destroyed by the earthquake. And then, of course, the infrastructure has taken a huge hit. Bridges have been swept aside. Railroads have been totally washed away. There are places where there are no roads left, no buildings left. So that reconstruction will be a huge budget, and that we will talk about after we are through the rescue and relief phase right now. One of the most important needs was getting helicopters, and last night I was informed that the US government is putting in 30 more helicopters that are at the disposal of the Central Command.
That's an important development. So I want to specifically ask you, because from what we've been reading, the military is in charge of distribution and establishing order. Are you going to ask for U.S. troops on the ground or U.S. military support beyond those helicopters you just referenced?
Well, I think we have, the Pakistani military is quite capable of dealing with the emergency. We needed equipment and support, and we are getting that from the U.S. military. And those U.S. personnel who operate these helicopters and other equipment that the U.S. provides us for this period, of course, they will be received by Pakistanis with open arms, as were the Americans who came during the earthquake of 2005.
Mr. Ambassador, this is Mortimer Zuckerman. I wanted to ask you if there's a shortage of medicines and medical people and nurses, etc., who might be able to supplement the efforts of the Pakistanis on the ground.
Absolutely, Mort. We really have a serious shortage of medicines, dried foodstuffs that can be delivered to people, ready-to-eat meals. We also need to take care of the potential for breakout of epidemics. Pakistan is quite self-sufficient in doctors, and we have a huge Pakistani-American population of doctors. There are about 20,000 Pakistani-American physicians. I don't know if you're treated by one of them, but several of them have volunteered to go, and we will definitely arrange for them to come back and serve the country. And we are definitely looking for nurses who would volunteer for this massive effort, because this effort will not just end in a couple of days. It's going to go on for a long time.
Good luck with your efforts there, Mr. Ambassador.